Today I'm going to talk about step 2 of our Create the Look, the gray veil finish, which these cards will be available through our retailers, and they tell you step by step on how to do the finishes and give you a shopping list at the bottom. So this is what the finish will look like when we're done. We are on step 2 right now. If you recall, in step 1, we use Gustav, which is our gray from the Colors of Sweden, and we use the water-dampened sea sponge to apply the Gustav all over the cabinet doors. We left some of it showing through, and we covered about 90%. Today, we're going to use Linea, which is probably my favorite Colors of Sweden color because it's a soft blue-gray green. Sometimes you look at it, it looks blue. Sometimes it looks gray. Sometimes it looks green. So we're going to get our sea sponge loaded with paint. And I'll do the bigger door first. And we're going to try now to cover a lot of that blue that's showing. We don't have to get it all, though, because we are going to glaze it with a dark glaze. So I'm not very concerned about it. And what I might do is I might use a brush to get down the paint into some of these crevices, just randomly. I don't have to get it all, but if I can't get into my crevices, I sometimes will use a brush. I know when I use the glaze will fill in a lot of that, but I don't want it to be all framed around so we see just that blue. So you see, there's some layers, and there's some thicker paint, and there's some thinner paint. And you can see the gray Gustav showing through the Linea. And I'm going to do my sides. And, you know, with my sponging technique, sometimes I roll the sponge. You know, and on this technique, I'm not going to drag it. I'm going to pounce it because I want that paint to be built up. And I might add a little more paint in places so it's a little thicker because that's going to help create our final look. Now I'll do the smaller one. I have a lot of paint on there, so I really don't think I need any more, but we'll see. And because this door is dark, I'm not so much concerned about getting into those crevices because the door is dark and the smoke glaze is dark. I won't worry about it. It'll add to the look. Over here, I might have a little blue peeking through here and there, but I don't want a lot of blue. So once again, sponging, leaving some of my gray showing, rolling my sponge in some places. Trying to not make it look perfect. And you can also take your little sponge and shove it into the crevices with your thumb or finger. You see how I'm doing that if you feel the need to. Finish my sides. Now, the Colors of Sweden paint is non-toxic and zero VOC. It's an acrylic paint. It will dry very hard in 4 hours. And then I will glaze it, and we'll be back with part 3.